Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the Ted Show. I'm here with one of my favorite human beings, one of the funniest people on the planet. You're going to get to know her a little bit, and she's got great news. We're going to talk to the one and only Gretchyn is on the show. What's up, Gretchyn? How you doing all the way from Vegas?
Oh my gosh, I miss Orlando so much. I miss you so much.
Miss you too, but you are kicking ass, if I'm allowed to say that. It's my show, so I can say it. You are kicking ass and taking names out there, and I am so proud of you and excited for you. So we're going to learn about what the big deal is. What's your deal, the Wizard of Odds? We're going to hear about that. But before we do, tell them a little bit about you.
Well, let's see. I guess I pulled a little Miss Maisel and just got up on a microphone, waiting, 5 minutes about my first date in 30 years, and here we went. And now 3 years and 3 TED shows later. By the way, you were my first interview when I started.
You're still amazing. Amazing.
And so every year on my birthday, it's like, I got to do the TED show. I got to do the TED show. Let's go. We got to do the update. And so now we have we just hit the 3-year stand-up versary, and a lot has changed. We've gone from East Coast to West Coast 3 times now, and now I guess I'm staying.
You're staying, but you're staying for good reason. First of all, Vegas, I mean, that's amazing. It's a big deal to be out there. It's a big deal to, we have great comedy clubs, obviously, here in Orlando, but Vegas is a whole different level.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's so the showmanship out here and just the elevated stage presence of these guys that have been doing this a bazillion years. I've learned so much just in the less than a year that I've been back and forth. I cannot believe how much my stuff is elevated just watching some of this talent.
Well, you're just so talented. You're funny naturally. You're also I don't want to ruin your persona, but you are funny and kind. You're a good human being. And I love that about you. And that's why I love having you on the show. But you're also rip-roaringly funny as far as I'm concerned. We both have our morning drinks that we're drinking. Cheers. But I think it's important for people to know you've got something big happening. So tell them.
Oh my God, it's so huge. So I've been waiting a year for this. Laugh Factory and, has franchises all over the country, but Hollywood is the big deal. Kevin Hart got his start on a show called Chocolate Sundays. Wow. During the pandemic, they made it possible via Zoom for us to get our names in the ring, which would have taken me 4 years.
Wow.
To get that kind of audition. And I'd have had to go to Hollywood to do it. But because of the pandemic, I was able to take advantage of that. And I guess they really loved my audition tape because they put me through. And I have been waiting a year now for this audition, and it is happening in 48 hours.
I can't believe it's 48 hours. All right. So tell them about the audition, because this is something we can vote on. And so give them kind of a 411 on that, because my whole goal here is to not only get people to know and love you, which if you don't, guys, you got to follow Gretchyn, GretchynComedy.com. Follow her on social media, but I want people to vote for you.
Yes, I agree. So here's the thing. Generally, they when you're trying to get past at a club, which means they're going to put you on their, roster, and you're going to bounce in and out during the year and start really working with them more. Generally, you don't get to control your own future in that, especially not with a club like Laugh Factory. There's a lot of hoops that you have to usually go through. They're telling me I control my own fate. All I got to do is put people in, vote me, and I'm going to Hollywood.
Going to Hollywood.
To do the real club. And I want this so badly. It was, that and the Comedy Store are my 2 big pinnacles. I've already been Club Past. I've already done LA Comedy Club. I've already done Wise Guys. Like, it's time for this now.
It's big.
And it is big. It's huge. I actually have some.
So what's the deal, and what's the Wizard of Odds? Tell us.
I have a new show coming out. We're in pre-production right now in Las Vegas. I got surprised by a bunch of the poker dealers, the actual legit poker dealers, the big ones here in Vegas for my birthday. And they threw me a poker tournament. And I kicked all of their asses. Sadly, I took all their money. It was
Nice.
a lot of money. Turns out they're very funny. I mean, none of them are stand-up comedians or anything, but you got to think about it. They're entertaining people 8, 10 hours a day at a table.
They'd have to be.
Notoriously funny dudes. And I said, we ought to do a show. And next thing you know, the Wizard of Oz and What's Your Deal is happening. It's going to be sort of reality style with these amazing characters. I am actually picking up, I'm going to start dealing poker for private events a couple of days a week, kind of like micro dirty jobs. And I got to learn this stuff. I'm starting today with blackjack.
Market research. It's research for the show.
It's just like that. So, and we're going to be, doing a lot of B-roll while I'm learning this stuff. Because I hear I'm super notoriously funny when I'm frustrated. So I can't wait to see what that looks like. And then
all these amazing things are happening for you. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Is it just a constant sense of, oh my God, is this actually happening? Pinch me, wake me up.
Well, I remember the first show I did with you. I told you it felt like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride without the brakes a little. Now it feels a little more controlled. Like I have choices. Like I feel like I have a handle on it. Finally, I feel like my stuff's getting a lot more sophisticated and there's not so much stress involved, a lot more fun than work sometimes. So we're definitely making progress for sure.
All right. Well, I want them, first of all, what's the best way? Well, let's get them to your web. Where do they go to vote? Tell them the voting process and how that works, because it ends to Wednesday night. It
starts Wednesday night at 7 p.m. So here's what happens. The minimum donation to be at this Zoom show is $1. I mean, you can donate 20. It goes to the club, not to me. They would go, there's a link right at the top of my website that will take you there to buy your tickets. You have to enter your email address and actually pay them $1 or 20 or whatever you want to pay them. And then you'll show up on Zoom at 7 p.m. I will have 3 minutes. This is literally the biggest 3 minutes of my entire career.
3 minutes is all you have?
Yeah, because that's how you separate the men from the boys. The tighter the space, the tighter the set. So that's how they find out.
Going with that, but I love it.
It sounded dirty, didn't it?
I did. I thought, okay, here we go.
No. But what it is the less time that you have, the tighter your jokes have to be, the better they have to be. So a lot of times competition or audition slots are between 1 and 3 minutes for that reason.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll each have 3 minutes, and once I'm done, there's going to be a 30-second pop-up window. Vote yes or no. I need them to hit yes.
And then you just pay. You can pay $1, $20, $100, $1,000. That gets you in, and then you get a vote when that box comes up.
Right, because they're going to send you a Zoom link at that point. You know what I mean? Everything's email address dependent, so. If you want 4 tickets, you're going to have to put in 4 separate emails.
Interesting. Okay, so you really have to think about it a little bit. That's why we're doing it, the show, 48 hours before, a little over more than 48 hours. So do they go to GretchynComedy.com to get there?
Yeah, so right at the top of my homepage right now, there's a countdown timer. It'll say however much time that we have left. You just click on that. It'll take you right to their Eventbrite. And you buy your tickets right there.
I want people to know, like, this is a big deal. This is an Orlando girl, a veteran. Listen, all my vets out there, I'm going to be tagging you. I want everybody to know this can be it's life-changing, and it's a big opportunity. And we want to get behind our Gretchyn, GretchynComedy.com. I just think it's amazing what you've done. It is not an easy business. Anybody who says it is crazy, and also it is not easy. You guys think you're funny, but it's not that easy to get up and be consistently funny in front of people. It's a gift that you have.
Well, and there are nights we've had, death, and I had to get on stage 3 minutes later, just coming at. I didn't realize when I started how hard this job really was, and I've been, a realtor for 30 years. This is a lot of work. Like, it's a lot more work than I thought. The writing and the rehearsals and the PR and the you know, we spend more time behind the scenes trying to book the next gig
Yes.
as we do actually doing the gig that we're on. At the time, it seems like a lot of politics.
It's a lot of politics
to begin with, so I had to really get a skill set for that because I have no filter.
I love that you have no filter. You look awfully tan too, Gretchen. I got to tell you.
Well, it's 108 in Las Vegas right now in the shade. I think they call that bacon. Don't laugh. I was on the Catherine Dunn show yesterday, and I said, "Hey, we're having heat advisory, right? Isn't she amazing?" So I was saying I had to put a murder bucket in the yard. You know, one of the blue barrels that they put bodies in, and we call it the dunk tank. You just jump in 3 times a day. It might not melt.
Oh my
it's
God.
So hot.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I adore you. Listen to me, guys.
Trailer trash. Just jump in the bucket.
All right. I want you guys to get out and support Gretchyn. Go to GretchynComedy.com. Go to GretchynComedy.com. Go now. Look at the big banner at the top with the countdown. Get your tickets. Get your vote in. Make sure you are on there. When Gretchyn goes on, we want to vote her all the way to Laugh Factory. Hollywood, girl. Hollywood. You are a dream guest, an amazing friend. Thank you for all you do. And I think you deserve the success. You have worked for it. It's not an overnight thing. You have put your time in, and you are just amazing, Gretchyn.
I love you. I need to get you to Vegas. You're going to come on my show. Teach you to play some poker.
There's a joke there, but I don't know if it might be too early for that joke. So I want to, and I'm not a comedian, trust me. All right, GretchynComedy.com. Gretchyn, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you. Get out and vote, guys.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday night, 7 p.m.
We'll see you Wednesday night, everybody. Gretchyn, thanks, honey.
Thank you, honey.
Bye, everyone.